Next on BGSU Brain Game, it's Ottawa Hills versus Toledo Christian. We better buckle up for a melee of the minds. Only one team can leave victorious. Who's it going to be? Only one way to find out. BGSU's Brain Game starts right now. And welcome to BGSU Brain Game, Ottawa Hills versus Toledo Christian. Let's meet our team, starting with Toledo Christian. Tell us who you are.
My name is Sawyer Knurum. I'm a junior. To my left, Claire Davis. She's a senior. To my right, Nathaniel Boyer. He's a senior. Our coach, Coach Johnson.
All right, welcome to you. Ottawa Hills, tell us who you are.
I'm Thomas Franklin, and I'm a junior. To my left is Alex Mian, and he's a senior. And to my right is Ali Sadiq, and he's a junior. Our coach is Anthony Torrio.
All right, welcome to both of our teams. Going to start off as we always do with our toss-up round. 10 questions in this round. They're 10 points apiece. No deduction for an incorrect answer, so you can play a little bit looser on your buzzers and have fun with this. You may confer before buzzing in, and you can steal a question in this round. Toledo Christian, Ottawa Hills, you ready?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Jump in when you know what four-letter noun I am describing. Commercially, I'm a name brand of women's soap and body wash. Or that would be Ottawa Hills. Thomas.
Dove.
Dove is correct. Energy from the sun is produced when hydrogen in the sun's interior turns into which gas? That would be Ottawa Hills. Alex.
Helium.
Correct. This French psychologist is credited with developing the first intelligence test in that would be Ottawa Hills. Thomas.
Turing.
Excuse me?
Turing.
Incorrect. In 1908, to identify school children unable to perform at a required standard. Name this scientist whose initials are A.B. Toledo Christian, opportunity to steal. They're saying no, out of time. Alfred Binet. Will Rogers was visiting this U.S. state when he and his traveling companion Wiley Post were killed in a plane crash near Point Barrow. Name this state. That would be Ottawa Hills. Thomas.
Alaska.
Alaska is correct. What one word completes the title of the book by Rudyard Kipling, The Man Who Would Be? Ottawa Hills. Thomas.
King.
King is correct. Give the six-letter noun that refers to the visual phenomenon in which a distant object appears to be displaced above, below, or to one side of its true position. Ottawa Hills. Ali.
Refraction.
Incorrect. Toledo Christian, would you like to steal? That would be Nathaniel.
Reflection.
Incorrect. We were actually looking for a mirage there, a mirage. What name was given to a series of anti-government protests and uprisings spread across much of the Arab world in the early, that would be Ottawa Hills. Ali.
The Springs.
Will we accept the Springs? Can we get more specific, please?
The Arab Springs.
Yes, correct. Varieties of what plant include the Christmas, organ pipe, and prickly? That would be Ottawa Hills. Thomas.
Cactus.
Cactus is correct. In many bacterial species, there occur smaller DNA molecules. These extra molecules can be replicated independently of, that would be Ottawa Hills. Thomas.
Plasmids.
Correct. If you receive a DPT vaccination in addition to diphtheria and pertussis, for what other disease will you receive a vaccine? That would be Ottawa Hills. Thomas.
Typhus.
Titus, cannot accept that. Toledo Christian would like to steal. That would be Nathaniel.
Typhoid.
Incorrect. Tetanus is what we needed there. That is all 10 questions in this round. Let's take a look at our score. Ottawa Hills currently in the lead with 70 points, but you're going to want to stick around. Our risk and reward round is coming up next. Welcome back to BGSU's Brain Game. Ottawa Hills currently in the lead with 70 points. Both teams are sticking with their lineup from the last round, so we're moving right into our risk and reward round. Both teams, I should say, will get the same 9 questions. They're worth 10 points apiece. No deduction for an incorrect answer. The 10th question is our risk and reward question. You can risk up to 30 points in 5-point increments. On that question, you will receive a topic ahead of time. However, an incorrect answer will result in a deduction. If you don't like the topic, you can simply pass. Ottawa Hills, since you're at 70 points, you'll be sticking around. Toledo Christian, off to isolation you go. All right, Ottawa Hills, are you ready for your risk and reward round?
Yes, we are.
Starts right now. This 5-letter verb means to turn one's eye away from a situation or scene, often out of embarrassment or lack of confidence. What is this word that begins with an A?
Avert. It's avert.
That would be Alex.
Avert.
Correct. Multiple choice. In 1849, Elizabeth Blackwell became the first female what? Soldier, bank robber, or doctor?
Blackwell, I feel like is doctor.
I don't know. That feels like.
That would be Ali.
Doctor.
Doctor is correct. While in Mexico, I bumped my cabeza. What did I bump? That would be Alex.
Head.
Correct. Who wrote The Rime of the Ancient Mariner?
That was Shelley, right? That was Shelley.
Say that. Yeah.
That would be Ali.
Percy Shelley.
Incorrect. Samuel Taylor Coleridge is what we needed there. Identify this bicycling term. Bicycle for 2 or more riders. Ali.
Tandem.
Tandem is correct. Identify the bizarre mental phenomenon often explained as a simultaneous expression of the 5 senses, which results in an uncanny sense of having been in an exact place in time before in one's life.
Deja vu.
I think it's deja vu.
That would be Thomas.
Deja vu?
Deja vu is correct. If you are familiar with our judicial system, you'll probably be able to spell terms relating to it. Spell the word litigant.
Litigant.
That would be Alex.
Litigant.
Correct. Which punctuation mark should be used to designate a quote within a quote?
Oh, a single
quotation mark.
That would be Ali.
A single quotation mark.
Correct. By what title is the county official known who investigates all questionable deaths in their jurisdiction? That would be Ali.
Auditor.
Incorrect. The coroner or the medical examiner. Risk and reward. Geography. Ottawa Hills. Would you like to take a risk on this topic or would you like to pass?
We'll wager
30.
They're going big, folks. 30 points. On geography. This island republic in the North Atlantic Ocean, just south of the Arctic Circle, was first settled by Norse colonists in the 9th century. Name this island republic.
It's Iceland.
Yeah, Iceland.
That would be Thomas.
Iceland?
Correct. That's 30 additional points for Ottawa Hills. That also ends the risk and reward round for you. It is now time for you to head off this way, go to isolation. All right, let's bring back in Toledo Christian. Welcome back to Toledo Christian. Are you ready for your risk and reward round? Starts right now. This 5-letter verb means to turn one's eyes away from a situation or scene, often out of embarrassment or lack of confidence. What is this word that begins with an A? That would be Claire.
Avert.
Avert is correct. So multiple choice question. In 1849, Elizabeth Blackwell became the first female what? A soldier, bank robber, or doctor?
Bank robber.
We need to buzz in.
Bank
Sawyer?
robber. Bank robber.
I'm afraid not. She was a doctor. While in Mexico, I bumped my cabeza. What did I bump? That would be Claire.
Butt.
Incorrect. Head. Who wrote The Rime of the Ancient Mariner? Samuel Taylor Coleridge is what we were looking for there. Identify the bicycling term, bicycle for 2 or more riders. That would be Claire.
Tandem.
Tandem is correct. Identify the bizarre mental phenomenon often explained as a simultaneous expression of the five senses, which results in an uncanny sense of having been in an exact place in time before in one's life. That would be Sawyer.
Deja vu.
Deja vu. I feel like I've read that question before. If you are familiar with our judicial system, you'll probably be able to spell terms relating to it. Spell the word litigant. That would be Sawyer.
L-I-D-A-G-E-N-T.
Incorrect. L-I-T-I-G-A-N-T. Which punctuation mark should be used to designate a quote within a quote? That would be Nathaniel.
Apostrophe.
We accept that? We cannot. A single quotation mark is what we needed there. By what title is the county official known who investigates all questionable deaths in their jurisdiction? That would be Sawyer.
Sheriff.
Incorrect. The coroner or the medical examiner. This is the risk and reward question. The topic is geography. You can risk up to 30 points in 5-point increments, or you can pass.
We'll do 5 points.
Going for 5 points. Toledo Christian. This island republic in the North Atlantic Ocean, just south of the Arctic Circle, was first settled by Norse colonists in the 9th century. Name this island republic. That would be Sawyer.
Iceland.
Iceland is correct. Bonus of 5 points for you. That is the end of the risk and reward round for you. It is now time to clear our scores, and let's bring back in Ottawa Hills. Welcome back to Ottawa Hills. Let's see where our team stands. Starting off with Toledo Christian. They have 35 points. Ottawa Hills stands at 170 points. Even though these teams look like they're far apart, anything can happen next because our category round is coming up, or questions are worth 30 points apiece, and deductions start. Still anybody's game. Stay tuned. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. Toledo Christian 35, Ottawa Hills currently in the lead with 170 points. Again, both teams have elected to stay with their lineup from the last round, so we're moving right to our category round. This is where the power shifts a little bit to you, our teams. There are 6 categories to choose from. Questions worth 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 points, but deductions start now. You knew it was going to happen sooner or later. This is the time, this is the place. If you go for 15, you're risking 15 points. There is a double or nothing question hiding in there. Could be a game changer. You may confer before buzzing in, and you can steal a question in this round. Toledo Christian, since you were at 35 points, you get to make the first selection.
We're going to go with music terms for 20.
Music terms for 20 points. Identify each musical term based on the given definition. I will provide the first letter of each answer. Letter is P, musical composition that is suggestive of rural life. Time. Pastoral is what we needed there. Toledo Christian still in control.
Music terms 15.
Music terms now for 15 points. The letter is M. The grouping of beats into units of measure. That would be time. Meter is what we were looking for there. Toledo Christian still in your hands.
Music terms 10.
Music terms now for 10 points. The letter is L. The text of an opera or oratorio. Oratorio, excuse me. That would be Toledo Christian. Sawyer.
Lyrics.
Incorrect. Ottawa Hills, would you like to steal? That would be time. Libretto is what we needed there. Toledo Christian still in control.
Music terms 25.
Music terms for 25 points. The letter is C. A piece played at the end of a musical piece. Time. A coda. All right, Toledo Christian still in control.
We're going to go European sites for 20.
European sites for 20 points. Identify each of the following European sites of historic note. Polish city that was the birthplace of Chopin and Marie Curie. Time, that was Warsaw. Toledo Christian still in control.
European sites 25.
European sites now for 25 points. English market town that was Shakespeare's birthplace and childhood home. That would be Ottawa Hills. Ali.
Stratford-upon-Avon.
Correct. Ottawa Hills takes control.
European sites for 30, please.
European sites for 30. Burial site of Irish poet W.B. Yeats, just below the large rock formation, Benbulben. Time, Drumcliff. Ottawa Hills still in control.
European for 15, please.
European sites for 15. Country where one could visit the museum dedicated to author Hans Christian Andersen. That would be Ottawa Hills. Ali.
Denmark.
Denmark is correct. Ottawa Hills in control.
Let's finish European.
European sites for 10? Yes. Ancient city near Naples that was buried for 1,000. That would be Ottawa Hills. Thomas.
Vesuvius.
Incorrect. Buried for 1,700 years under ash from the eruption. That would be Toledo Christian. Sawyer.
Pompeii.
Pompeii is what we need there. Toledo Christian in control.
We'll finish music terms.
Music terms for 30 points. C, progression by semitones. That would be Toledo Christian. Sawyer.
Chord.
Incorrect. Ottawa Hills, would you like to steal? That would be Ali.
Crescendo.
Incorrect. Chromatic is what we needed there. All right, Toledo Christian in control.
General math for 15.
General math for 15 points. What is the only even prime number? That would be Toledo Christian. Claire.
2.
Correct. Toledo Christian in control.
General math 20.
General math for 20 points. Give the name for two angles in a plane that share a common vertex and a common side, but no common interior points. Time. Adjacent is what we needed there. Toledo Christian in control.
General math 10.
General math now for 10 points. What is the slope of a horizontal line? That would be Ottawa Hills. Ali.
0.
0 is correct. Ottawa Hills takes control.
General math 25.
General math for 25 points. This is the double or nothing question. When a number is expressed as the exponent of a base, what is the number called? That will be Ottawa Hills. Ali.
Logarithm.
Correct. That's double the points. Ottawa Hills in control.
General math for 30, please.
General math for 30. What is the numerical equivalent for the Greek prefix giga? That would be Toledo Christian. Nathaniel.
M.
Incorrect. Ottawa Hills, would you like to steal? Time. 1 billion is what we were looking for there. Ottawa Hills in control.
Famous scientists for 30, please.
Famous scientists for 30? Yes. Identify each of the following famous scientists from the description given. British chemist who discovered hydrogen. In time, that would be Ottawa Hills. Ali.
Dalton.
Who?
Dalton.
Incorrect. Toledo Christian would like to steal. They are saying no. Henry Cavendish is what we needed there. That is the end of the category round. Currently in the lead with 200 points is Ottawa Hills. Stick around. It all comes down to the brainstorm round. It's coming up next. Stay tuned. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. Currently in the lead is Ottawa Hills with 200 points versus Toledo Christian. Both teams again have elected to stay with their lineup from the last round. So we are going to move immediately to our brainstorm round. In this round, all questions are worth 20 points. Negative 20 points for an incorrect answer. You may, of course, confer before buzzing in, but no stealing. I repeat, no stealing in this round. Toledo Christian, Ottawa Hills, are you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Which scientific scale is used to measure the hardness of a mineral? That would be Ottawa Hills. Alex.
Mo.
Mohs scale, correct. In which gelatin-like material is most of the work of a cell carried out? That would be Ottawa Hills. Alex.
Cytoplasm.
Cytoplasm is correct. In the sentence, the backpack is mine, what case is the pronoun mine? That would be Ottawa Hills. Thomas.
Possessive.
Possessive is correct. Give the chemical symbol for fermium. Time. We were looking for FM. Which cellular structure is composed of a membrane-bound cavity within the cell and is believed to discharge excess water and or waste? That would be Ottawa Hills. Ali.
Vacuole.
Vacuole is correct. Which form of curd is rich in soy protein and is often found in Asian soups? That would be Ottawa Hills. Thomas.
Tofu.
Tofu is correct. What unit of memory is the same as 1,024 bytes in a computer? Ottawa Hills. Thomas.
A kilobyte.
Kilobytes. We used to think that was big time back in the day. By which process do two consecutive nuclear divisions reduce the chromosome number from diploid to haploid? That would be Ottawa Hills. Alex.
Meiosis.
Meiosis is correct. To the nearest 10%, approximately how much of the Earth's surface is covered by water? That would be Ottawa Hills. Thomas.
70%.
70%, yes. Which small ossicule of the middle ear is formally named the malleus? That would be Ottawa Hills. Alex.
The hammer.
Hammer is correct. What 7-letter word can be placed between the words chili and spray to complete a word chain link? Ottawa Hills. Thomas.
Pepper.
Correct. This is a tall, tapering column. Name this structure of which Cleopatra's Needles are an example. Time. Obelisk is what we were looking for there. You know that a BMW is a car. However, what does BMW stand for? That would be Toledo Christian. Nathaniel.
Beamer.
Incorrect. Bavarian Motor Works is what we needed there. End of round. All right, let's take a look at our score. Ottawa Hills with 400 points is our winner. Let's give both these teams a big round of applause. In the spirit of good sportsmanship, we're going to come out, meet in the middle, shake hands, or do a fist bump, and we'll see you at the next BGSU Brain Game. Come around, coaches, come on up.